Hello my dear friends, and happy October 1st. The spooky season is now upon us, and this is going to be such a great month for Star Wars content, because not only do we have more Andor, but on the 26th we have Tales of the Jedi. All the episodes drop on the same day, and we're about to get some top tier Star Wars animation. We're going to learn more about Count Dooku, Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu, and even Anakin himself. I really can't wait. But today my dear Mandalorians, we're going to focus on the other major animated show, The Bad Batch. On top of this, we have some details for Andor, a casting update, and so much more. So without much further ado, and without any more jibber jabber, let's just dive straight into it. So we begin with The Bad Batch Season 2. Over the last couple of days, some fans have been noticing that on the Disney Plus app, especially if you have a smart TV, a banner promoting the new season appears. Bespin Bulletin posted this, and it says the following: the Renegade clones adapt to a new galactic order. A really big tease for the fact that Clone Force 99 are going to be facing new challenges in the wake of Palpatine's new empire. The Republic has fallen, something which Echo in particular has found really difficult to accept, but with Omega by their side, our favourite batch are going to have to adapt to those changes. Now this banner might just be a mistake on Disney Plus's end, since the original release date has just come and gone, and this is probably something they planned before it was delayed to January the 4th. But if it's deliberate, it might be a sign that after Tales of the Jedi is over, Lucasfilm might be gearing up for a second Bad Batch Season 2 trailer, or maybe some TV spots to promote the new season. And with the second season dropping on the first Wednesday of 2023, the new year is going to kick off with a bang. Now speaking of the Bad Batch, over the last few months I've made several videos speculating on major themes that the new season might explore. We've talked about Kanan Jarrus, the final days of Luminara and Julie's life, and how Omega's journey is going to be vital to the future of other shows. But today my dear friends, I want to talk about Force users, and more specifically, how the Bad Batch Season 2 might connect to Obi-Wan Kenobi, Fallen Order and other projects by showing us the inception of the Inquisitors. The Bad Batch famously began with the execution of Order 66, but Season 1 quickly stayed away from incorporating the Jedi and the Force, as it wove a tale of how the rise of the Empire affects the rest of the galaxy, at least through the eyes of Clone Force 99. But there have been hints that Season 2 is going to return to the concept of the Jedi, most notably through the Jedi Wookiee Padawan called Gungi, who appeared in the Season 2 trailer. Now if the Bad Batch themselves are going to be involved with Gungi and bring him to safety, Season 2 could show us the formation of the Path, a group dedicated to helping Jedi and Force-sensitive people escape from the Empire, as we saw in the Kenobi series. But the inclusion of Gungi and the inclusion of the Force more broadly might also signal that the series is also going to delve into the dark side. Not only do we see Palpatine himself in the trailer, but apart from him and Rampart, the leading Imperial perspective we're going to get in the season is from Crosshair's point of view. He's going to be our window into the Empire. Unless the Empire disposes of him in Season 2, Crosshair might achieve a high enough rank to see more of the Empire's plans, including the beginning of the Inquisitorius. Now moving away from the Inquisitors and back to Crosshair specifically, Crosshair is fascinating in his own right, and his character development this season is going to be decisive. We know he's going to be working alongside Commander Cody, who at least for the first half of Season 2 is still Imperial, but Captain Rex is on the way to remove that chip. But I wonder how the Empire is going to look upon Crosshair, now that clones have been mostly phased out. Some believe he's going to be back in Rampart's good graces, having survived Camino, but I think it's just a matter of time until the Empire dispose of him. But I, just like many fans, hope that Crosshair rejoins his brothers and has a redemption arc at some stage. We can only hope. But going back to Force users, Gungi might not be the only one featured in this show. Maybe we'll see more Order 66 survivors, and who knows, maybe we'll see those Jedi who weren't so lucky and were forced to become Inquisitors. What I'm saying is, Season 2 has a real chance of expanding our knowledge of this period in the Empire's early history, and as I say, a lot of that is going to be through the eyes of Crosshair. I really hope this season delivers. And so now my dear friends, probably the biggest update of the day. Christian Bale has once again reiterated that he's keen on joining the Star Wars franchise. Let's dive into this. Christian Bale is back in the public eye, thanks to his run with Marvel Studios in July, where he played the villainous Gore the God Butcher in Thor Love and Thunder. Despite a lot of criticism to the film, he was definitely one of the highlights, getting the chance to deliver a terrifying performance opposite Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman. Bale is also highly praised for his performance on the DC side of things, with his run as Bruce Wayne in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, still earning acclaim a decade after it concluded. But even for everything Bale has accomplished in his career, one franchise he's not yet joined is Lucasfilm's Star Wars saga, which continues to expand on the small screen with a variety of TV shows. Recently, Bale looked at the idea of joining the galaxy far, far away, although the role he wants to play isn't exactly the ones that most fans would expect from him. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, Bale admitted he always wanted to be a background character in Star Wars, saying, quote, "a character like the Stormtrooper who hits his head on a door or something," but joking aside, he also shared it would be a delight to play a more substantial role. He notes he's a diehard fan who still possesses his childhood Star Wars action figures. He then says, "But look, if I'm fortunate enough to be more than that, what a delight that would be. I've still got the figures from when I was little. I also know Kathy Kennedy very well because she was working with Spielberg when I did Empire of the Sun, and now she runs the Star Wars universe." So the big question is, will Christian Bale get his Star Wars moment, and will his addition be good for the Star Wars franchise? That's the big question. Should we have more A-listers in Star Wars? Well, personally, and here's my take, while I'm typically quite apprehensive about such familiar faces joining Star Wars, I can imagine Christian Bale being a great inclusion to a Star Wars story that steers well away from the Skywalker saga, sort of like Jude Law in Skeleton Crew. It's something very new and different, so as long as it's a new character that doesn't step on the toes of the main saga, I'm happy. I mean, look, he's one of the best, a phenomenally talented actor, so I really wouldn't mind that. Now, some fans have said that if Keanu Reeves doesn't play Revan, then Bale is a good second choice, but I don't know if Lucasfilm are ever going to adapt The Old Republic into live action. If they do, then great, why not have Bale play the role? But to my mind, if Christian Bale is going to join the Star Wars franchise, it's going to be for a role in Taika Waititi's movie, or perhaps in The Mandalorian or another TV show. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Would you like to see Christian Bale join Star Wars, and if so, what role can you imagine him playing? And so finally, my dear friends, let's talk about the Andor series. One of the trailers shows Mon Mothma and Vel Sartha speaking to one another, and they seem very, very close. While some fans have very cleverly put two and two together, they went back to a Vanity Fair interview with Genevieve O'Reilly, who a couple of months ago revealed that Mon Mothma has a daughter in the series, and I think it's very likely to be Vel Sartha, considering the fact that Mon Mothma got married at the age of 16. So while the ages of the two characters seem too close, it's probably because Mon Mothma had a child very young. But this isn't the only connection fans have noticed. Luthen's mysterious assistant on the Coruscant art gallery called Clea is very likely to be Kerry, Andor's long-lost sister. The logic here is that since Cassian changed his name from Cassa, Clea might have changed it from Kerry. But Luthen at this stage doesn't realise the two are related, or even if he does, he hasn't said anything yet. But what's implied from the trailers is that Clea is clearly an undercover agent who's going to have a major role in future episodes. These two revelations, if true, are pretty major, but let's wait and see. We also have a new poster for Andor in a very original art style, very reminiscent of the cover stylings of the old Expanded Universe novels. I'm so pumped for episode 5. But with that said, my dear friends, that pretty much wraps up this news update. Let me know your thoughts of everything we spoke about in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Also be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.